What's up, everybody? Short blitz stream, hour 45 minutes, approximately. We've got summer tourney fund. Call us at 865-5557 for more information. Arsenal fan. Yeah, thanks for being an involved citizen. And the guy from your driveway thanks you too. I mean, I'm hoping to get more viewers. Things have been slow here lately, and I haven't been doing the morning streams, so I'm thinking of maybe doing another stream on Wednesdays or something, but I just don't see mornings. I'm probably going to have to do, add another stream in the evening. I don't know. But I need to stream more, I think, to have viewers, to be more regular. We were doing 5 to 6 streams a week. So anyway, short stream, I've got Blitz challenges, 5+5, plus, and then I've got a couple lessons, and then I've got rapid tournament, 7 rounds, 10+2. We'll see who shows up, but last couple times it's been me and maybe 1900, 2000s. Because there are no prizes, other than like a Heineken glass and a cheap metal trophy, or some books or something. At least they could have like chess books. Anyway, I just play for the love of chess, the love of God. For the love of God. 5+5. I've got this thing going where I put it on the screen, although it's that weird purple. It's not the most visible color, but I like the blue and purple theme. Yeah, we're doing 5+5. King Ben challenged me to rate it 2+1. That's really interesting, bro. All right, Ripunj Bansali, Indian hacker. I can eliminate the defenses I don't want to play here. Alright, it's 5+5. Today I'm playing 10+2. The 5-second increment, is a little bit big for that. Brrr. They're like constructing a new flat in the building next to mine, and like they're very thick cement walls, but I can hear everything. It's crazy. This has been going on for years. Got really bad allergies. It's hot. My son is home from school. He has like a migraine or something. Be cool to see me play Najdorf. I could play Najdorf. But my fear always... What? My fear always has been, is that like a mouse slip? Did he mean to play A3? My fear always has been, the Najdorf tends to, Dragon too, tend to be openings where white is really well prepared. What is B3? Is that a mouse slip? Oh no. Well, I mean, you can always play Bishop D2. No, Bishop C4 here is something out of the ordinary. No, I would think like you'd be getting screwed. Not as bad as this, but yeah. I mean, I don't know why you play B3. Is this some sort of trick? Queen E5 is always bad. We know that. Knight takes E4. Queen G4. He's not awake yet. Or he's up early in India. Not awake. Queen d3. Yeah. I don't know. Freestyle is the future. Freestyle is a name made up by some kind of German guy who wants to make money. I prefer Bronstein-Larsen chess. Absolutely disrespect to Fischer. Oh, Fischer. We have to cancel Fischer. Freestyle is something made up by some marketing guy at chess.com. No, Chess.cc is not cool enough. We need to really sell this. Freestyle chess. That sounds cool. I don't know what to say here. Alright, Ben, are you just intentionally... What is he doing with b3? Too early for this position. Disrespect to Fischer. Very few people under the age of 30 spell Fischer correctly. Kudos to Ripped. Fischer 69 Dog is my favorite account. Stereotyped screen names. Fischer 69 Dog. Fischer 69 Chess. Fischer 666. So the game is to like see how bad a position you can get. I had a computer do that against me the other day. Guy was like -3. He easily recovered to crush me. I'm sure that Repunj Bansal can do that too. Just make one gambit move. In this case, b3. Still, the computer will crush the streamer. d4 doesn't really do anything, so looks like I have to make a decision here. Yeah, see? You play one move on purpose that's bad just to kind of troll me. That's weird, man. Explain to me how b3 is a mouse slip. Let's see how bad we can make Sledgy. We play one bad move and then play perfectly. Nothing I can do about this. Next. Come on. What? Bishop takes? Oh. That's like probably best move too, huh? What about that one? That's good too. bishop's kind of oddly stuck there. Of course, he can play a4. There's also b4. It's a nice move. But I mean, where the fuck did my advantage go? I'm sorry, I'm playing an engine here. Well, he didn't use the engine for move 6, but continues to play just very strangely. Yeah. Eventually I'll make a tactical mistake and lose. Why don't we just, like, quit now? I resign. Something so strange about way whites play. How can you play b3 and move 6? I should have just resigned right there. That's extremely strange, dude. No conceivable mouse slip. Yet he knows it's a horrible move, yet plays it anyway. I don't know why I continue to even play him. You know, it's always some kind of weird game. Claims he never cheated. How can you play b3? How can you seriously play that? When you're immediately getting pinned, it's a miracle you don't lose a piece by force. When you're good enough to know that and do it anyway. Now he just dropped a piece. That's kind of uncharacteristic. I don't understand. He's too good to play b3. Yeah, played it anyway. He got like a better position. I have a right to be suspicious after b3. What the hell is that? It's like you're trolling me. People do that. They do it. Random people do it. The other day, oh, what was it? Once I had the Damiano defense, not too long ago. I think the last one was Halloween Gambit. Look at this. What? You seriously played that? Now, how could that be a mouse slip? You meant to play a3? That's like the only conceivable mouse slip. So watch this. He's negative 2.8, and within like a couple moves he's equal again. Even bishop e4 isn't my best move. Because queen a5 is always best. I try not to play that move on principle. And then boom, engine number 1 move. Well, it doesn't have too many options. Maybe queen d3 is the only move there. No, he could have played knight b5 as well. It's so weird, man. Now, computer's second best move. I expected a3. Now he's already equal. Another engine number 1 move. Nice, he's fully equal. I have to play bishop b7. White even has an advantage. I was surprised by bishop takes b5. He played that quickly. I knew that b4 was best. And I thought that white is at least equal here. So you wouldn't think anything suspicious if you looked at white's play. But that goes to show that this statistical analysis of games is meaningless. I have no idea if white was altering his play with computer generated moves or not. No idea. He could, you know, you can't expect any kind of way to know. Then he just hangs a piece. Here. He was probably unhappy that I was suspicious of his play. Well, whatever, man. This is just a ridiculous game. Bangmas Tableson. Yeah. Well, we're not going to be accepting that challenge until I know who it is. It's you. Ah. You needed a new account. This is Smurf. You. Checkmate 944. Wow. Nice bullet rating you've got there. We don't have any normal viewers, right? I mean, except for Arsenal fan and Bang Miss Stableson. You know, I really don't think that people pay too much attention to who's streaming on Twitch, on lichess. This is a bad time slot, I know. Usually in a couple hours I'll start to get some viewers. So you're actually going to transpose to what is a pretty theoretical. I don't know. This checkmate 944 is mysterious. You're a mysterious player as well. But that's a bad move. Jeff Gelman played something like that against me. Queen C2. Very theoretical. Yeah, but he's supposed to play Queen C2. That's the new idea. And you know, Bishop F3 is just not real good. But the important thing is bullet chess. We're here for bullet chess. Magnus Tableson is 2209 in bullet. 5-5 is really mostly about bullet. That's why. And my first challenger also hardcore bullet player. I just don't get the bullet chess. I just don't get it. You know, I get that it's addictive, but Grandmaster's trying to justify that shit. There'll be guys that create accounts and they're like, I'm a chess coach. I have 10 years experience. I have 2 IM norms. And they just started playing on lichess, like, let's say a year ago. They claim to be a chess coach. And they have like 20,000 bullet games, 100 blitz games. What kind of chess coach plays 20,000 bullet games and that's it? You know, all you do is sit around and play bullet chess all day. You call yourself a chess coach? Are you serious? I mean, they're just addicted. It's like, you know, they're addicted to doing that. They're just addicted to it, and they try to, it's like you have an alcohol addiction and you're trying to, well, it helps my nerves, you know, or, you know, it's like, but to claim you're a chess coach and all you do is play bullet chess is whatever, dude. It's fine as a recreation, but it shouldn't be your main thing, you know what I mean? It's your main thing. And the scary thing is like a lot of the younger grandmasters do it, you know, where their main occupation is playing bullet chess. I mean, I you know, I get it, like, but I don't think that people like Magnus and Hikaru became the best players in the world because of bullet chess. They're great players despite of bullet chess. They would have been equally good if they never played one bullet game in their lives and just played Blitz instead or something. If they had only played like 3 minute or slower, they would not be any worse. And I think it's a waste of time. Now we can make the argument that, oh, well, but to have online chess tournaments, it has to be bullet. Anyway, computers will soon be like crushing bullet tournaments. I mean, if they're not already. You can cheat in bullet too if you're really skilled at cheating. It doesn't really eliminate cheating. Maybe temporarily, until the technology becomes, advanced enough. Damn, dude. The bang this table sin, dude, what's your deal? Like, dude, how many accounts have you had banned for cheating? How many accounts have you had, period, bro? I don't understand comparing me to Mark Esserman. Mark Esserman is a failed chess player. He doesn't do anything. I don't know, he's like a hermit who lives... Why are you comparing me to this guy? He has probably doesn't even have a college degree. Probably just like flunked out of Harvard and pretended to graduate. Why am I being compared to him, Why don't you at least compare me to some kind of decent like chess streamer? A decent person too. That's the last time I'm gonna ban you, dude. Don't come crying back to me like you always do. Yeah, I fell for the bait. He's a good player, but I don't like him, and everybody knows that. But obviously, someone does. Dude has, he's achieved a lot. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why that dude comes here. Why do you have to come to my stream? What is wrong with you? Like, seriously. But Bang this Table Sin, who are you? He's always like, I'm Chess 9-4. Chess 944, but who are you? You know what I mean? That doesn't really tell us who you are. Who are you? Isn't your last account like 400 rating points lower than this? In strength? People just like, Soji accuses everyone of cheating. Well, I seem to attract people who are suspicious, But who is Bang this Table Sin? I mean, telling me that you're checkmate 944, that's fine, but where's your other account? Wasn't it like much weaker than 2200? This has been a great game by White. And I love the people like switching accounts every day. Like, I can't keep track of your 7th account that you've made. Why do you have 7 accounts? I have 2. And I only ever had 2 in 7 years. One is this account, and the other one is a Smurf account, so people won't bother me when I want to play. But I don't like change my accounts like Repunj Bansal and Bang This Table Scent every day. You know? In the old days, in FICS, like, you weren't allowed to have more than 1 account. Have I ever been paired against you? No, I don't use it much. The only person I've ever played on that account is Art Vega, 1 game, because I intentionally was watching him stream, and I tried to get paired with him during a Rapid tournament, and I did. And it was funny because I told him after the game who I was. Yeah, Bang This Table Scent is playing around the same level as National Master Jeff Gelman played against me back in 1993 at the Boylston Chess Club Championship, where I narrowly ground down NM Jeff Gelman in a tough game. With Bishop F3. Yeah, I like Mafaz. I don't like Mark Esserman. If you like people like Donald Trump and Elon Musk, really arrogant people who are obnoxious, then you probably would like Mark Esserman too. But I personally know Mark Esserman, and I've known him a lot longer, since before Repunj was born, for example. So I guess you're the expert on Mark Esserman, not me, who's known him since he was 17 and had many interactions with him personally. We're gonna count your word first, Repunj Bansal. I've told you 100 times why I don't like the guy. There are multiple reasons. His whole scammy Mora Gambit crap, the fact that he dropped out of a tournament that fucked me and a whole bunch of players. He's a coward who gained rating points by playing 1300s 1 game at a time to try to increase his rating. What else can you do, to be a piece of crap? I mean, not the kind of person I'd want to be involved with. So check it out, the Defense Rookie 3. Your run-of-the-mill everyday 1600. What I really like is people who have multiple accounts and cheat on a regular basis. I just can't keep track of how many accounts you've had, Yeah, still defending. Unbelievable. Am I even winning here? Look how narrow this margin of victory is. Yeah, I have to start the day with this idiot complaining. Playing B3 against me. Why would you play that? If not to troll me. He didn't answer. Notice he didn't answer that question. Just started ranting about Mark Esserman being more successful streamer than me. No answer as to why he played B3. To try to troll me with an intentionally bad move. Because I'm paranoid. No mention whatsoever as to why that move was played. I directly asked you why you played that move. No answer. 0. 0 answer. Why? Do you have no answer? Because I'm right. That's why. You played it to troll me. And then you act like you didn't do anything wrong. That's kind of weird, The thing is, I don't understand. Like I mentioned, the bullet chess, like Magnus Tableson. Why are people who play bullet chess attracted to my stream in the first place? I really don't understand it. I'm anti-bullet chess. Yeah, pick a side. One way or the other. We're gonna get you. All right, pick a side, any side. Now, we're gonna go down here. Get maximum distance. You're cut off one way or the other. I have 2 pawns. So I just give you one and then queen the other one. I made up the username, practically. I take full credit for his. Arsenal, I take full credit for his username. It's a tribute to my stream where I said, you know. Okay, Magnus gets full credit. But still. I was outraged by the treatment of Magnus by people. They just want to hate Magnus. Because we're jealous of a young talent. And he's good looking and people are jealous, you know, they're jealous. He's successful, attractive. Not that I'm gay or something, I'm saying he's not ugly. He has a lot of money and you know, so they're like, oh, immediately like let's just hate him, right? Give me a fucking break, man. The guy's a great chess player, one of the greatest in history. Even though I personally don't even like his style. Why do we have to hate on him? Why? And Magnus Tableson, this is an increment 5+5 game. I'm enjoying myself. Are you going to flag me? Am I going to hang a rook? Is it going to be stalemate? It's not like I have any other challengers, so I don't mind if we play this out. This is really crazy, though. I'd rather play Arsenal fan. Any day of the week. I have no interest in playing bullet players in 5+5. Like, why are you not resigning? What is the point of playing this out? Seriously. Am I going to drop a rook to a rook takes rook to loogie trick? I don't understand. Should I welcome this guy to my stream? This is just fucking annoying, bro. I'd rather play you because I won already. I'd rather play you because you don't waste my fucking time. So we got some good challenges. Arsenal, Sun Prism, and Shockey. Notice how the bullet guys are first. Sorry, I just hate anybody who's just all about playing for time and nothing else. Not hate them, but I mean, I don't like playing them. You know, this is... So, Queen C2 is important. Queen C2 is the trend. It's a Makhaghanov King's Indian. Theoretically, right? This is why you don't play the King's Indian. What does this have to do with the King's Indian? Did you think it was a King's Indian because of the dark square strategy? I incorporate them into both openings. Yeah, alright. Finally, yeah, Arsenal, maybe you lose, but you try to play real chess. We're going to try to play real chess here. If I play anything really offbeat, Arsenal will be disappointed, I would say, so. Well, actually, Arsenal fan, it's both, right? It is a Marazzi, but that particular position, could likely arise from a Makagana move order. This is something that only kind of recently dawned on me. When I realized how many people are playing this Queen C2, I'm like, all those games couldn't necessarily come out of just the Marazzi. Just a Marazzi, normal Marazzi move order. So if you play C5 against the Makaganov, and white doesn't push the D5, keeps the tension. There's a ton of games with this Queen C2. It's like a whole new way of playing the white side of the Marazzi. That's, as far as I've seen, really only become a thing in the last 6 or 7 years. I had some unpleasant games. Already I had games against good players like Schieberspieler. Speaking of C5, speaking of Marazzis, this is not the same. What about E5, directly E5? Remember I had a game like that once. No, it's bad. E5, you take, trade queens, and knight G4. That's a stupid question. I have to be able to take with my knight on D1 in order for that to work. So I'm supposed to take, you play queen A5 check. I play knight C3. You play queen takes C5. It's a type of dragon. So I just used a lot of time. Okay. Options. C3 Sicilian, not particularly exciting here, but possible. Presumably. It's a type of dragon, I said. It's a type of dragon. Sort of. You know what I like and why I hate playing Repunch Mansal and the last opponent? Because my opponents use some time and I actually can think. Whereas we're just spitting around and moving the pieces as fast as we can in the other games. I don't enjoy chess when my opponent is just trying to play fast and win on time. I want to play a game where both sides are really trying to play the best moves, or at least close to the best moves. Even Arsenal fan, you're a practical player. You're not trying to play the best moves necessarily, but you make an attempt to play good moves at least. Not just play for time. I was sickened by Repunch Mansal's B3 move. And again, it's so weird. I don't know if he did it on purpose or what, But there's so little care for trying to play good chess that either you're trying to troll me or, that's how I have to start the day with that crap. Queen B4. I was really hoping that this would not be a problem. Taking the B-pawn is extraordinarily risky. Fundamentally, roaches get in and they don't get out. It's not his only option, but, Queen B4, doubt that's right. But I need time to figure it out, to be sure. Now he has knight g4. I also don't trust that move. And now, alright, if I play a3, I just drive him back. If I play h3, I stop knight g4. Knight g4 was important to stop that. Now, alright, if you take, you're not getting out. So I condemn queen b4 as an inaccurate move. You are condemned to the bin of inaccuracy. Well, unless you would like to take that pawn. Feel free. The bin of redundancy. Shaki also, like Arsenal fan, nice to have you here. You're a thoughtful player to some degree. Also, bullet, but you know the good thing about Shaki is that he knows the difference between bullet and also can play longer games. A lot of people, they just can't seem to draw a distinction. Ooh, I don't mind if people are good at bullet, but they ought to know the difference between bullet and real chess. At least. Now f4. This is what I have to hear constantly now. They're grinding on the wall next door. It's amazing. These are old buildings and the walls are pretty thick. And we can hear the next door construction through the walls, like all the way from one end of my apartment to the other. Which is like, it's a huge expanse. I can go all the way to the other side of my apartment, downstairs to the basement, to the bathroom, and all the way up here, and you still hear the construction through the wall. I love old buildings. Because constantly something's being renovated, you know? That's one advantage of living in a new building. But today's construction materials are such crap, you know? One nuclear missile and it'll all be over. One Medvedev retaliatory strike. The cockroaches in my building will still be alive. But we're safe in Hungary. We love tyrannical dictators here. And corruption. Let's get started on politics. That'll really complete my morning. This is why you don't play the Kings Indians. So Shaki was talking about that in terms of the last game. But my last game against Checkmate 944 was the classic, you know. Computer would have drawn with white your position. But that's the problem with playing things like the Marazzi. And never play the Marazzi in speed games where your emphasis is on fast. It's a very bad choice. The Marazzi, white side of King's Indian, things where you have to like maintain and consolidate space, that's not good. Not good to play. Now G5, that's... We love Arsenal fan. We love Arsenal fans' creative mind. One day his brain will be in a jar in a museum. Right next to Einstein and me. Alright, man. I love that move. Now that's creative. A practical choice. I'm afraid I'm going to have to take... I have the option to play b4 though, and drive your queen back. Yeah, I'm not sure I really need to do that. I'm not sure what I gain from that weakening my position, weakening the c4 square. I like your queen on a5. It's not hurting anybody, right? Is this queen hurting anybody? We're all friends here. What about my knight? Oh, I see what I can do. I might have to go back. That's fine. My king also is an issue. Shit. So b3. Anyway, we're running out of time. Move the king first. More than one way to bash a rabbit. Right, Arsenal fan? Come on, guys. Welcome to the stream. We have one ban. I'm mean as hell today, which is fine. Anyway, I need to fight and kill. So, rile me up. That's fine. I'm going to Rapid later this afternoon. It's going to be hot as fuck. Alright. So we're winning. Essentially. Panic button. Panic therapy. Alright. We are coming. Zombies are coming. Zombies are coming. Zombies coming. Get out your lawnmowers. Astrobate is not here yet. Arsenal had enough. Yeah, that was a big whiff. G5 was extreme. But I think if we analyze the game, you know, I cheated, obviously. And you got a mistake for what? Queen d8. Oh my god. You voluntarily played Queen d8. Wow. So according to the computer arsenal, you didn't make any mistakes until Queen d8. Not even an inaccuracy. But I can't believe it. Like g5 is not considered an inaccuracy. Or Queen b4. Did you request analysis with your phone? All right, Sun Prism has drastically improved his time management. In the beginning, Sun Prism was also like a bullet addict. But he's become much more balanced. I think his only problem is that he doesn't play enough. Maybe school and playing at, you know, intervals, but not consistently. You didn't request analysis? I can't believe that Queen b4 and g5 aren't considered inaccuracies. What's g4? Speaking of g4. G4, Wing Gambit. I think that's in the Linkspringer. I should get a copy of the Linkspringer. That was a great book. It's just outdated. You should do like a reprint with updated analysis. So, Prism, what happened to the French defense? Can you still play the French defense? The idea of G5 is sound, but obviously there are mitigating circumstances. The fundamental concept of G5 is correct. But obviously, you know, every example of that type of theme is going to be a little bit different than the next one. Not all G5 sacrifices are created equal. Some G5 sacrifices are more equal than others. Classical Sicilian. Could transpose to a dragon. If I play F3, then it's dragon. So what else can I play? F4? Well, F4 is... Yeah, I'm actually... there's nothing wrong with bishop d7. You know, you just have to be willing to transpose to a Yugoslav dragon. I'm not sure you have other great options. Maybe e5. Yeah. I don't know, the bishop e7 isn't great. It's probably not great. This is a Koprechik variation, in a way, with 5 bishop d7. I decided to play f4 because I don't want to go into something my opponent knows that I don't. You know, like the mainline dragon is extremely theoretical, and I'm not playing that every day. So Prism is a French defense player, and he's playing the Sicilian. And suddenly he's like willing, it looks like willing to go into a type of dragon. Now, my only problem with black's position is that, you know, I don't think that in this type of structure is great because it blocks defensive d6. But there are complications. As always, there are. Because chess is a complicated game. No, thank you guys. Shocky. We have a small but committed group of enthusiasts here. Was praying you wouldn't play e4. Well, I'm out of my depth too, but I have more experience than you. Yeah, so here we have a choice. I could just play queen up, but bishop e2 is also quite logical. Though in that case, you know, actually you have a6 now, and it's not so bad. So queen d2, a6. Bishop g4 is not quite as dumb as it looks. This could be problematic for me. I even have to consider queen d3, but obviously knight b4 looks scary there. So bishop e2, chop, 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 chop. And then bring the knight back to a3, b5. Not only get forkulized. Well, I guess we have to try this. And after chop chop, You play a6. My knight has to go back to a3. And b5 is going to more or less force me to play knight d5 probably. And we have a weird ass Sveshnikov. Of course, black isn't obligated to play b5, but if he doesn't play b5, I have knight c4. I mean, I don't know, there could be another move. But if he does play b5, he's starting b4, and I don't have a lot of choices there. It looks like I have to play knight d5, hitting b6 and getting out of the fork. If he trades, where does he put his knight after trading? Knight e7 or something. And white seems better. But it's not that bad. I mean, I guess your king's stuck in the center longer than mine. Thinking I should add another stream during the week where maybe I just play hourly arenas. You know, I'm like one of the only streamers who I just never like play rated games against, just, you know, just play like randomly, because I always feel like it's not engaging with the audience itself, you know what I mean? The reason people are like, you never play arenas, and honestly, number one, it's stressful. Number two, it's not directly engaging with the players in the stream, which I try to do. So now, alright. But I still think maybe I should go ahead and do a stream where maybe Wednesday nights I play hourly arenas. Just for example. It doesn't have to be that, but I kind of miss our little team events too. You know, guys, I created the Kraken training squad. I don't know if you remember that. Arsenal, were you here when I did that? Oh no, he's going to sack his queen. Ma'am. He gets two pieces and pawn for a queen. Ma'am. Ma'am. Maybe there's some serious compensation here. Maybe not. I don't take any responsibility for what happens after knight takes d5. Knight takes d5, bishop takes d8. Knight takes f4. Maybe not. You probably don't get enough, but it's worth considering. Because you're in a pretty bad situation. Then again, maybe you should just lose the exchange. Man. Do you have knight d4? Knight d4? No. I mean, I was thinking about it. It's definitely not good. Knight f6, bishop f6, bishop d4. My knight on a3 is horrible. Bishop takes d8. Come on. Bishop takes d8, knight takes e2. Bishop takes e7, knight takes e5. Pawn takes. I'm just winning a piece, aren't I? Have you counted your children's lately? It took me a full like 45 seconds to realize that I'm winning a piece here. And I'm still not sure. Yeah. Man. Give me that. No, that's illegal. That's illegal. What was that? That was illegal. You can castle there. Oh my god. Manoki has followed. I can't believe it. He played an illegal move. That's fully illegal, bro. That's so annoying. I totally forgot he could play that move. This is getting a little scary. You can castle, defend your knight. I love my knight on a3. We have huge weather craziness here. Extremely hot, very high winds. No winds scenarios. This is a no win scenarios. Now, pin or no pin? I think I'll pass on the pin. That poor knight on a3. I can't win without it. You will. Resistance is futile. Trade off all the pawns to draw. What? Oh yeah. Knight takes a2. That's devastating. Dude, knight takes a2 is totally devastating. You know it is. Poor him. Oh no. Oh no, he's going to prolong the game. I can't believe you didn't play rook e2. Yeah, what the hell happened there? Well, an almost perfect game. I made it an accuracy. 99% accuracy? What? 97% accuracy by me. My move f4 is an inaccuracy. My move f4 is an inaccuracy, and Arsenal fans, queen b4 and g5 are not inaccuracies. Are you freaking kidding me? This is conspiracy. I can't believe I got flagged with an inaccuracy with f4. I didn't play like f3 and it's an inaccuracy. Unbelievable, man. That's brutal. f4 inaccuracy. Theoretical novelty. Bishop e2 is lame. Now, bishop c4 is interesting. But you could play knight to g4 there. And thus, if I'm gonna deviate from f3, then f4 is the logical choice. Another move I could play, which is a big favorite with chess 944, is h3. Surprised no one has played h3 here. Well, they have, in fact. Why don't those games show up? You know, it's a transposition. Okay. So f4 has been played by Alejandro Rios, who beat me in 1991, undeservedly. Wow, he's played that twice. That's funny. That was one of those board slam. I should have slammed the board when I lost that game. Bishop G4. So Arsenal fan, Queen A5 is always good. Unbelievable. Black's position is not so bad. Strange. And even Bishop G4 is not so bad. Normally a bad move, but the computer prefers Queen D2. Oh, this is weird, because after A6, I didn't like Knight A3. I have to find H3. And what's the BFD? What happens if you play, like, I don't know, Bishop C8 or something? F takes E5. Oh, I see. Knight takes E5 is necessary, and my knight gets a good square. Okay. No, interesting opening. Anyway, Shockey. Mr. Slowhand is here. Gangstario challenged me 5+3. The Gangstario. We're doing 5+5. I have to leave in about 40 minutes, guys. So, just so yous know, please do gift subs. We're running out of subscribers. I banned most of the viewers. That's the problem with not being a money grubbing fake. You know, I don't care if I have to ban people. I don't care. I don't care if I lose viewers because I have to ban people. If I cared about that, I would be streaming on chess.mom. You know, honestly. I'd be like Eric Rosen and never ever have a conflict with anyone. I'm like the nicest guy in the world. But that's totally fake, you know? I can't be fake. I don't want to be fake with you guys. Alright, Shockey. GG. I'm preparing, I'm being my normal self. Hateful, manipulative. I had some practice against someone on sound here a couple of games. So Shockey goes with D5. Someone on sound did not. This is my first time. My first time. Shockey. Chucky. Shocky Cheese. That should be your name. Shocky Cheeses. Now what do I do? What's my queen going to do on D7? And then where did my knight go? What does the cow say? White is slightly better. Oh. 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 That's a Marazzi too. Everybody loves the Marazzi. My bishop is bad. Well, I mean, I don't know. There's more than one way to skin the proverbial elephant seal. Wait, what am I doing? I'm not threatening anything. You don't like C4? It's a matter of taste. I think it's okay. I don't know. There's something, you know, maybe sort of consistent about it. You know, he's got all of his pawns on the same color. My poor bishop. Now you're planning knight f4 to attack my d6. Nugi. You guys know what a Nugi is? Does anyone here? Did you ever get a Nugi? Very popular in my high school. Wonder where that name came from. Controversial move by me. This is extremely controversial. We got a grip, you know. The d4 makes up for my garbage bishop. No, listen, Arsenal fan. I was going to say, like, so there's a position with my pawn on e6 where I have two ways to approach the situation, maybe even more. But I think directly challenging him with d5 is a totally legit way of playing the position. I like these ideas. Yeah. I'm big on dark square strategy. But most of my openings are geared for that. The Sicilian King's Indian. I don't play, for example, like the French Queen's Gambit declined. You know, if you notice, I'm either playing hyper-modern systems or ones where I have dark square structure. I don't play a lot of openings where I have a light square pawn structure, like the French. I do play the Caro-Kann occasionally, but I get Queen's Gambit almost never. I just don't play a lot of light square openings. Yeah, well, I mean, Dutch is a light square complex, at least starting out with on f5. I always wanted to play the Dutch. I've encouraged Asterbate to start playing the Dutch, ironically. Okay, this may be maybe inaccurate. You know, maybe I should just plonk the knight into d4. Look, my bishop, you can take my bishop. You can get a bishop for knight. I'd like to play the... He did it, oh my god. Look, it's playable, but I still wouldn't do it. With a sick hombre. His position is so good that he could make that exchange and still be okay. But I would never play knight takes e7. So he's trying to... He has a revenge knight. Is this really where I'm going to put my queen? Revenge porn. Yeah, he's pretty good, this Shaki. It seems like he's gotten more serious lately. I don't know. There was a long time when he would just, like, lose. Seemingly not caring when he played against me. But I've sensed in the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 games, somehow he's trying harder than he used to. I'm very sensitive. You know, I sense things. People's emotions, hate, you know. F4, I was hoping you wouldn't do that because it's kind of tense. Originally, I was looking at Queen G6, but I think we need to seriously consider taking. White's a bit more active after taking. I mean, frankly, when I played Queen F7, this is my concern. You know, this might happen. This might happen. This is your brain. Shockey's fully equal here. Maybe even better after f4. But still, it's difficult for white, you know. With my strong knight on d4 and now an isolated pawn. Maybe I should move my queen again. What do you guys think? For something new and totally original, I'm gonna move my queen again. The 17th time. This could lead to problems though. Take, knight d5. Maybe it's best I don't go to that particular square. You know, ironically, white hasn't really made any mistakes. So it's hard to win. I've probably wasted some time. I beat most of you. Because most of you, yeah, I mean, I just wait for you to make mistakes. I'm practicing for a rapid tournament tonight, but all of my opponents are going to be the same strength as you guys. I mean, basically, the rapid tournament I'm playing in is like another club tournament from here. There hasn't been anybody above 2100. Well, Eric Cook played, and he used to be 2400 USCF, but he's like fried. It's weird how somebody who used to be 2400 USCF is down to like 1900 FIDE. I don't think he's still here. I'm just hoping we get some beatable 2200s. Would be nice. Has some overrated 2200s. Nasty tactic? What, 92 check? What are you talking about? What tactic? FIDE. Rapid. FIDE rapid. Now I have 92 check. It just trades pieces, though. You're threatening rook f1. Hard to have tactics. We are really here. So rook f8, rook f1. I sort of lost my will. Shockey would like draw me if this was a rapid tournament. I was thinking 92 check. But I don't know what my problem is. I mean, I guess structurally I'm a tiny bit better. Knight in game is not a problem. When you have a structural advantage, you should probably want knight endgames. Well, obviously king and pawn endgames. His central pawn is nice. It's isolated. It's influential but isolated. So how do you evaluate this endgame? Microscopic advantage for black, but it should still be a draw. King e5. What if it was a king and pawn game, not a knight end game, by the way? Would I be winning here, or would it be a draw? Feels like with his ability to play g3, it's probably still a draw. He can play g3 and cover the f4 square and then move his king back and forth like never ending. King d3, king e3, king d3, king e3. I would assume it's probably a draw. Without, the ability to get the f4 square. Notice how he played that move now. Yeah, but now things are changing. That I heard from Bob Dylan. The pawn structure would be a change in. Wow, an a4. Bro. No. See, like, there's no time to calculate this. Shaki's only weakness is endgames. Actually, ironically, he submitted a game where he actually outplayed his opponent in the endgame yesterday, of all things. Ooh, that's a blunder. Number one rule. Shereshevsky's endgame strategy. Do not rush. Yeah, nobody survives those two connectors. Well, they shouldn't survive, but maybe I can find a way to help him survive. I thought I had this, but I'm not so sure now. My knight is so useful. So if I can force an exchange of knights, obviously it's hasta la vista. B2, B2, king C2. This looks pretty good. And then here. Oof. That can't be good. That definitely can't be good. Yeah, I mean, so where does White lose this game? I have time for at least one more game. Where does White lose this game? Move. Yeah, well, a4. I mean, he hung a pawn. But I do have a microscopic advantage. Good luck holding this against Mr. Table Banger. For example. Mr. Table Banger. Unlucky. Unlucky is another word for you suck. Sandfox has followed. Or I suck. So now we start to get some viewers. This is a better time. Unfortunately, I have lessons and I teach chess to private students. So if anyone's interested, we have availability. My rates are highly competitive. I live in Hungary to pass the savings on the consumers. That's why I live here. Because if I had to live in the United States, I'd have to charge $100 an hour. But since I live in Hungary, we can pass the savings on to you guys. That's the point. Right, Arsenal fan? pressure. The 3 reasons why I moved to the United States, to Hungary, from the United States to Hungary. Osama bin Laden, Donald Trump, and to pass the savings on to the consumer. Or your students can beat you. Sometimes. I draw the line at, I don't have an official limit, but 2,300. Beyond 2,300, I don't really teach people beyond 2,300. FIDE or whatever. I'm not a specialist in like coaching masters, but 2,300 and below. Yeah, what am I doing here? This is what is this? What is this? Did I do something weird? Did he do something weird? Oh, I didn't play Rook E1. What the fuck am I doing? Wow. That was weird. Oh my god. I played Bishop B3 unprovoked. That's not good. I can teach you how to hang a central pawn, boys and girls. If it wasn't a blitz game, I would offer a take back. Hold on, guys. We got a issue. Okay. So, Mr. So, I'm sorry. I got distracted by something and I played Bishop E3. Now black is slightly better, or at least equal. Not recommended to play Bishop B3. Can he protect the pawn? I don't really know how. I mean, after Bishop B3, Knight takes C4, Rook E1. I don't think he can save the pawn, you know. He still has to get the pawn back, but he has a white square bishop now. Nothing I can do about it. Black is at least equal. We'll have to flag him. He's vulnerable to being flagged. Guys, Sunday Simul, don't forget. Knight D2 or Knight C3. They're both equally gross. Try to trap their king. Trap their king. Say check. I don't know what got into me. I anticipated B5. And I played, I don't know why. It was stupid. Just mental lapse. Just played Bishop B3 for no reason. Wasn't the worst move. You know, in a way, Arsenal fan, it's useful to be oblivious to the clock. Astrobate has that. It's like having autism somehow can be advantageous. I think most people pay too much attention to the clock, so being able to tune out the clock is actually kind of an advantage. In some respects. I think some people, like me, I've trained myself to always focus on the clock. Sometimes it's advantageous to be able to do that, to literally not think about the clock. He's stopping bishop g5. He's preventing and I'm preventing. Preventing. I've got 0. Maybe I'm slightly worse. 0 to 0 in 5 seconds. What am I going to do? Yeah, this sucks. Oh, there. Okay. Well, we can do that, right? Enter the dragon. Ah, Arsenal fan always reads my mind. My rook's trapped after rook f4 g5. That's unfortunate. Mr. So loves a good rook f4. Well, I could have played bishop f4. Oh my god, I'm such a retard. I should have paid closer attention to Arsenal fan. No, you said rook a4, bishop d2. It's rook a4, bishop f4. I could have played bishop f4 and I missed it. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. No. Now bishop d2. Yeah, but this is nowhere quite as good. I don't like his bishop on b7. El Monstro. There's not a whole lot to do about it either. Bishop c3, he kills me. Shit. I love the construction. And I'm gonna die now. This is gonna get worse. I have to be very careful here. I missed my big chance. Bishop f4, man. He should have played probably d4 on rook a4. He gave me a golden opportunity to play bishop f4. And after bishop f4, I would have been fine. Now I'm just worse. It's too late. Okay, it's too late for me. Very, very unpleasant situation. Say what? The good thing is that on e1, my knight has a lot of mobility. Getting compressed. Mr. Slow is a very good player, formerly over 2100 ALO. Guys, if you'd like to make a donation, please call at 865-5557. Operators are standing by to take your donations. Well, at least my rook doesn't have to stay on a2 anymore. Are you threatening me? His big idea is rook e8, rook takes e1 check, and queen takes g2 mate. So, he also has queen f5. That's another nasty. God, this is looking bad. Yeah, this could get very bad very quickly if I'm not careful. Alright, f3 is going to be needing to be played. Nullifying. All hands on deck. We are probably lost here. I don't know if I have time for another game. Nefedov, how did you do that? No bullet chess, Nefedov. How many times do I have to tell you no bullet chess? Nefedov tried to sneak in front of Redusu. How does Nefedov always know when the end of my stream is coming? I know you've been playing a lot of bullet chess. He always knows. Yeah. Can you step off my... Oh, gotta be careful here. That's such a great move. Getting squeezed. It squeezed me. But now I have a score for my knight, you know, so that's a win-win. It's a draw. B3. Wait a sec. Yeah, I don't really like this. Are you threatening me? What does this move do? 95 looks wrong. Looks and feels wrong. He's trying to beat me. I agree. I mean, people ask me, like, if ChatGPT would take away my job as a chess teacher. But I mean, bro, how would it even know how to sort through all the, like, retarded videos on YouTube? And how would it know the difference between, you know, fake information and real? Fake news and real news. Fake news, Yudav. Prepare the blockade. Well, I'm lucky he took on e5. He didn't have to do that. You know, I think after that, my chances of drawing is going up. But so far, a very, very correct game by Black. He had an advantage, but kind of made some minor concessions, giving away whatever advantage he had. Yeah, imagine that. People who are chess streamers cheating. What is this world going to come to? Wait, how does this work? Oh no. I have to be a little careful. Careful. He's threatening rook takes c3. Now he's really threatening it. That's not funny, man. That's not cool. There's no cool. The cool of the pool. Uh-oh. Holy shit, bro. You almost got me. Damn, dude. Still trying to win. Alright, guys, I gotta go. There's not going to be any more games today. I'm so sorry. It's a short stream today. Short bus. It was short bus today. Oh, the window again. Why is it so windy? There's no storm and it's windy all the time. And we live in like the freaking valley and shit. Draw. You're lucky. Mr. Slow Hand. You're lucky. You're getting crushed the whole game. Look at that. I had an advantage in the opening. So you did this. You confused me with this. This is why I got all confused. the opening. The hell is that? A6. What am I supposed to do? Take and take? So what? Oh no. So I can really just take. Alright. I gotta go, guys. Thank you so much.